Hi, Paula Shaw here, and today I want to talk to you about the astrology of the new moon, which is happening on the 17th or 18th of July, depending where you are in the world. So, this is a Cancer new moon, and Cancer rules over our emotions. It is ruled by the moon, it's its ruling planet, and it's this beautiful deeply nourishing sign and time at the new moon. So if you're feeling like your emotions are being stirred up, don't be surprised. That is so typical of a Cancer new moon. But don't resist your emotions, don't suppress them. Understand that they're inevitable. We are all going to experience emotions. It is the human condition. Cancer really is teaching, and in the life lesson of Cancer is that at that human level, you will experience the coming and the going, the movement of water, and that deep sensitivity, that deep empathy and connectivity. In one way, you could say it's what really makes us human. And this new moon is going to really invite you to open your heart, be with what's coming up, but find ways to deal skillfully with what is arising. So at this new moon, you're opening up to your emotions and you're allowing these emotions to be your guide. And a way you can really start practicing that right now is to be mindful. Observe what's arising. Through that witnessing of the emotions and not reacting or not getting lost in the emotional state, you can start to practice truly, truly being with what is and allowing it through that awareness, through that mindfulness to dissolve. And then as they start to calm down and your emotions are subduing, they're settling in your wisdom and your awareness, they become your feelings. They become this deeper experience of life. And that will lead you to your intuition, your true empathy, your authentic experience of life, your authenticity. But you've got to allow the emotions to arise and be held within your wisdom and understanding. That is mindfulness, so then you can respond to life in new ways. And this new moon is sitting in an opposition to Pluto. And this is the feeling I get around this. It's as though it's really intense out there, out in the world. And at this new moon, you have an opportunity to be aware of that. The nodes are changing signs just within 2 hours of this new moon. That happens every 18 months. If you want to do a deeper dive into that, you can watch my monthly astrology snapshot or read it on my YouTube channel, at my website, soulfulguiding.com, where I've journeyed a little bit deeper with the nodes, but I'll be talking a lot about this nodal shift from Taurus, Scorpio to Aries, Libra over the next 18 months, because it's a collective, bigger context. It's like the weather, it's this bigger weather system that's moving through all of your part of the world, for example, but this is the whole of the world, and it's a collective social shift. So this new moon is in this beautiful space of rejuvenation, of mastering your sensitivities, your emotions, turning them into this place within you that's feeling. When you really accept that you're going to feel things, you cannot not feel, and that truly living a peaceful, nourishing human life means mastering how you experience these feelings. This new moon is saying, come back in, take care of yourself, rejuvenate yourself, be aware of what's going on, and practice how you want to respond to the world events, because it's not slowing down. We do seem to be living through an amplified time. And with the nodes shifting and with Pluto squaring the nodes, which is all this karmic energy coming together. And as I've said in previous videos, we as a collective cannot skip a step. We're being really, really pushed deeply to evolve right now. And you can choose how you want to respond to that. And I don't mean pretend it's all okay. I mean observing your reactions and then pulling back. And the symbol of this of Cancer, the animal totem, is the crab. And the crab has a shell and it protects its very, vulnerable life force within this shell. And it's connected to the moon, it's connected to the tides, it's connected to emotions and deep feeling. But it's also this, how do you feel safe and secure? What is your life container? What is the shell that you're surrounding yourself with? We've all had our safety challenged on some level, whether it was, in the last few years, whether it was just the fear of COVID in those early days when it was so scary, or your livelihood, your food supply, your home, where you live. Everything has changed so much. And I think I would be surprised if I would say most people on earth over the last few years has had some kind of experience of feeling unsafe, uncertain, worried about what's coming. And this new moon is really saying, pull back in. Every new moon's an invitation, honestly, to pull back in. The new moon is a beginning point. It's the dark moon. It's where everything can begin again before the moon builds up in light and is shining bright as the full moon again. It's an ancient pattern, and all I'm speaking to is an ancient continual way of relating to the moon. So you at this time have an opportunity to pull back your energy and reassess, what is it that actually nourishes you? What is it that helps you to feel safe? What is it that helps you to feel secure? Can you practice more mindfulness, as in being aware of what's going on? Or are you going to just keep being your emotions and just being identified with all of the fears and the crazy emotions? And that's when you can't listen to your intuition and feel deeply what is true, what is authentic about you, and what is the truth, what is really going on. How can you truly respond from heightened emotions? Feelings are good, they're natural, and this is a beautiful time to really pull back. Another symbol of Cancer is the Great Mother. Cancer is so nourishing and nurturing. It's connected to what gives and brings and nourishes life. And if you've been really struggling with emotions and what I'm saying about mindfulness, you're like, just that's too much, then really this is a time to open your heart to the Great Mother, to great compassion, to great empathy. I hope hearing me share about this bigger story that we're all moving through, that it helps you have more empathy, more kindness in your heart for everybody and for yourself. This could be such a beautiful, soothing lunation. And if you want to journey with the horoscopes, truly, I spend a lot of time writing horoscopes, tuning into these themes that I'm talking about. In the horoscopes I've written for this new moon, I've also included a description of the nodes and how they might be affecting you personally. So you can go and read that at my Patreon. It starts at $8 Australian for a month. It's like a magazine subscription. You can just join for a month and just read the horoscopes. And I will be at the full moon for this month. I will be doing the horoscopes for the Venus retrograde that will begin in the next week or so. So it was really a good month to just subscribe for 1 month and get all of that cool information if you're curious how this could be affecting you personally. And then every full moon and new moon, I create a ritual and I suggest a really beautiful oracle spread just for you to get in touch with these themes that I'm speaking about. So, if you're really feeling this one, if you got the feels building up and you want to explore that more and get in touch with what's going on inside you, which is where you live, your authentic self in that shell, then, don't trust the process. Don't be surprised. If it's too much, begin a mindfulness practice. It's really simple. It is literally, can you be mindful? Can you be aware of what's coming up? Most people think they are the thoughts that are arising and the emotions. Most people think that that's who they are. The truth is, and this is not a spiritual concept, if you practice this, you will see. The truth is there is somebody observing those thoughts and emotions. That is who you really are. And the more you identify with that mindful awareness, that observer energy, the more your emotions and crazy thoughts can start to calm down. And that's when you can get in touch with something very true about reality, very true about yourself, your values, your true intuition. It's not a cosmic gift, it's inside everybody. Your true nature, and also more of the true nature of reality will make sense to you. It's not mystical. It's not spiritual. It can be, and it can be really magical and beautiful, but it is just human. So take some time out at this new moon. Sit in the dark of the moon where everything is possible. In this new moon in Cancer, the sign that she rules over, the moon rules over Cancer, keeping in mind that it's connected to the water, to the emotions, to the beautiful crab that has this shell. What is your life container? How is it? Can you strengthen it? Can you set some intentions at this new moon into where everything is possible around really taking care of you in these crazy times? As I've said so much, the nodal axis has been in Taurus, Scorpio. It's going to change within 2 hours of this new moon, and that has been focused on getting out of living in excess and living in a more sustainable, material existence, a more sustainable relationship with reality. We've been doing that. We've been forced. Now you get to come back and rejuvenate and go, you know what? I actually am safe. And if you're not, what steps can you take towards that? So check it out. And like I said, if you want to go more specific to what area of your chart this is happening in for you, what sign, what house is Cancer ruling in your chart, check out my Patreon, Soulful Guiding at Patreon, sending you all love. I will see you in a couple of weeks at the full moon, and I'll also be at that time exploring some more of this Venus retrograde cycle that's coming up, that's also about tending to your love, your relationships. More to come on that. See you in 2 weeks.